Welcome back everyone to season number 8, 2030-31 season as part of this West Indies Rebuild Cricket Captain 2024. It's a tough time, but we've got some new views to try and work out who's actually performing for us on the test level. We do have fundamental issues that we're not very good at winning games of cricket. We've won 4-3-3-2, but we've still got a 32% win percentage. And that doesn't look like getting better anytime soon. We've only had a couple of seasons where it's been greater than that. But we are coming off a sweep. We thrashed Zimbabwe by 10 wickets and 32 runs. But the world rankings keep tumbling. And so do our points as well. Now at a record low of 63. And today we've actually got quite a lot of test match cricket. We have Pakistan at home. Pakistan, a very good team on the game. Oh, 6th. They were second at one stage. They were a very good team. They're on the decline. So 4 test matches at home. We're going to put a batting wicket in place. 3 in New Zealand. We go and play in Sri Lanka before finishing off against Afghanistan. The Afghanistan game could be huge because it could move us up a space. Likewise, we could well finish the episode in 11th place. So essentially here, we've got a scatter chart of every innings, and then this can be filtered by test match cricket or first class cricket to try and identify players that we want. And down here we can see the season by season records. But if we look test cricket, and if we look at West Indies, so these lines are drawn at a very reasonable level. They're drawn at a 50 strike rate, which is not fast in comparison to the game, which scores about a 60, and an average of 40. And we've only got 2 players that are kind of worth their Phil Soul here. Lewis is averaging 40 with a strike rate of 57, and Louis averaging 39.95, which I think is the same that Alex Stewart ended up on. I might need to check that, but 49 strike rate. Hilton has been good since he came into the team as well. I've been quite impressed with him. He scored some rubs, had one good season and dropped off a little bit in the last. But there's 3 of your top 6. Belgrave has got a 35 average, but has had moments of brilliance in there, and sometimes I feel he's quite unlucky. Shai Hope has been dropping off the cliff as he's been working his way down the order. Terrible percentile ratings for what he's done. No centuries in 2 years of cricket. Anderson was the man for a while, but he dropped off. He went from a 40 average for a few years down to averaging 25 and 15. The one that might be worth a little look-see at is Charles. Now, he only played 8 games, but he had a 65 average. So we've got to see a little bit more of that. And with that, you really need to be looking at your first class game and see who's averaging over 40. So this is everyone averaging over 40 over last year. You can see Zach Crawley with a rogue 98 average. He played 1 game in domestic cricket. But with these sliders, you can just start dropping people like they're hot. Jermaine Blackwood, still getting it done. Only a couple of games. Now, Carty, I know, is an older player, but there's some good averages going on. Shemron Hetmeyer, still amazing that didn't work for us because year on year he puts up some fantastic numbers. Griffiths is an interesting one. He's 26 years old. There's only a few centuries to his name, but there's runs and average. There's a new kid on the block, 20 years old, Carver Elaine. Now, he hasn't played first class cricket, so we're not going to pick him. But he has a 62 second team average. He looks like the real deal. Griffith's got a 44.92 average. There's another young lad, Chris Khan, 23 years old. He's got an excellent second team record. 12 centuries to his name. Okay, so just a little bit of change to the team. We're going to stick with Louis, who's got a 31 average last year overall. But in terms of calendar year, he's doing quite well this year. Belgrave, Hilton going to hold on. Lewis going to hold on. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your top 6 sorted. Then it's a toss-up between Elaine and Griffith, who's just come into the team. Elaine's not set the world alight, averaging 26 years old, playing 3 formats of cricket, averaging 30 in ODIs, but only averaged 24 in first-class cricket last year. 50 the year before, whereas Griffiths is new, young, exciting, defensive, which is very much our style of play, unfortunately. Then with the ball, Rodders is going to hold on to his place in the squad. He's not played for us yet, but 138 wickets at 16 in second team cricket is exceptional. 132 at 26 here as well. We are going with a batter's wicket, which could be great, but could also not work out very well. overcast conditions, so there'll be a lot of work for Seals, Thorne and Gamroot. Are all, I think, very reasonable cricketers. Thorne's probably the pick of the bunch with 219 wickets in 46 games at a 27.86 average. Exceptional stuff. Elaine's going to drop out. Griffiths is a first class number 5, so he's going to get the 5 hole. Lewis drops down. He's a first class number 3, but Belgrave's been our guy. His average is slowly working its way down. Shy Hope holds on to the 7 slot. 95 test matches for him. Not sure how much more legs there are in his career. It's going to be tough, but that's the best first session I think we've had in a test match ever. Both batters 49 not out. The run rate is good for us. Normally we score about 2 and over. This is more like 3.5. Okay, then back to reality. 242 all out. Charles 75 off 42. Louis 55 off 98. Good stuff. But this is a very good Pakistan team. They've cleaned us up many a time. In fact, the times we've played against them with Pakistan as the opponent, well, we've won 1, lost 4, but some of the defeats have been 288 runs, 399 runs, and a 10 wickets and an 8 wicket. And that's a good performance by Pakistan, but a particularly poor performance by us. This was overcast, there was a lot of rain, we was out there a long time, which is why I couldn't really bowl Ned, because it was overcast conditions, perfect for seamers. But these guys toiled. Thorne 46 overs, Gamroot 33, Seals 38. I've bowled them into the ground. I've not bowled Ned enough, but it wasn't right to bowl him in the conditions we were in. And now it's still overcast. Day 3, session 2, and we're 200 behind. Okay, we've lost by an innings and 8 runs. This is a poor performance. We score over 200 both innings, which is good for us. Griffiths with 49 on debut. Nerdling. You look at that. He's nerdled his way to 49. It's not a fluent sort of knock, but some runs on there. And I'm kind of getting back to this point where I go, are we doing the right thing? Like, we're picking these batting wickets because our bowling attack is generally quite good. And it's really hard to know what to do. We could go back to a 2-spin attack and try and do that in the pitches we can control, because we've got Matara that we could bring in. So he's in. Rodders drops out. And the constant rotation trying to pick a pitch that's going to work for us goes on. We've got a spinner's deck. Almost 4 stars. But we've won the toss and we're going to bat. And more of the same. 180 all out. Top 6. Really struggling. Griffith goes back-to-back 49s jug avoidance. 41 from Shy Hope down the order. But we're being decimated. We've gone spinner's wicket and Abra Ahmed has done Abra Ahmed type stuff. Not the worst. 201 all out. Ned 4 for 28. Matara was expensive. He was going at like 4.5 and over for most of the time, but he did pick up some wickets towards the end. It's kept us in the game slightly. The pitch is definitely turning, and they only need 173 to win. We don't make it past 200 again. Hilton with a 50. Hope with 43. This is a good Pakistan team, and we are not. Lose by 5 wickets. A more respectable performance here. Matara with 3, Ned with 2, but they were just going balls to the wall to knock this off, and now as with 64 not out does the job. Fundamentally, the problem is the players that we bring in, although are good players, not many of them make the step up. Look at this. You look at the career averages of first-class players. There's not many averaging above 40 in first-class cricket at all. Samaru's one to keep an eye on, though, because he's only 23. 750s. I'd like to see a couple more hundreds in there. Unchanged. Still almost 4 stars. Still won the toss. Can we make a change? Can we make a difference? Tail gets blown away. Top order gets blown away. We're 5 for 81. Griffiths and Shy Hope have a great partnership here. 146. This test series has gone downhill after the first session, which was very, very good. Stop the press. Matara has got a fifer. The man with the most fifers in domestic cricket for us, 22. And you can see the bowlers we're playing. Shamar Joseph, Thorne, Seals, Matara. They're all the guys that heavily perform in first-class cricket. He goes, and I think it is his first, isn't it? Yeah, first test fifer. 30 wickets at 29. That's a pretty good return. He is expensive, though. His economy rate, very, very high. But they only take a 12-run lead on a pitch that is a ragging 174 to win. We can't make it past 200 again. Griffiths has come into the team and had a great time of it. Peppering the boundaries here. 11 fours, a score of 76. He's had 250s and 249s in a series that has been ultimately very disappointing with the bat. It is ragging, but it's only 174 to win, and they're going to win 91% of the time. Yeah, they do. They do by 3 wickets. We pick up a few Ned with 4, but again, economy rates, they're just looking to see off the game. I was looking at Bo Jackson, former NFL MLB player. I was looking at him, 2 centuries last year, career average of 39. So he's going to come into the squad. Lane's going to be the guy to drop out carrying drinks. Spinning wicket. It does kind of play into their hands. They do want us to make some changes here, and I don't think I'm quite ready to do it. Gamroop's averaging 76 this year. That's not quite working out. He is a high-class player, but Jaden Seals is going to come in. What do we do with the batting lineup? Lewis is averaging 34. Hilton's averaging 34. Belgrave career average of 34. You can see where we are. All these guys that started off pretty hot. It eventually winds its way down. Charles averaging 28 is a monstrosity. So I think I'm going to rest Lewis. I'm going to give Jackson a go. 4.62. You can bet your bottom dollar we're not going to win this. Again, it's economy rates that's killing us. They only bat 116 overs for their runs, but they do it good enough and score enough runs. 4 for Ned, 4 for Matara, but 99 for Nawaz, 88 for Rajput, Khan with 51, Irfan Khan with 28 years old. He scores 111, 4th test match century, almost averaging 40. Oh, we're in a mess. We've been cleaned up for 130 here. This isn't working. Charles with a runner ball, 47, but nothing else. We lose, but I'm taking a bright spot. Jackson comes in on debut and scores a runner ball 114. It was a runner ball 50, and it was just a fantastic knock by the 25-year-old. Maybe, just maybe, we've got something there. 4-0 series, whitewash. Griffiths averaged 32. The batting was the issue. It was woeful. Lewis averaged 13. Belgrave averaged 18. With the ball, Matara 27. He's averaged 27, but the 4.64 economy rate is just killing us. You can't do that. But let's be honest, we've not lost the series because of the bowling. Test World Championship, well, India get their 3rd. They go and beat England, score 4-3-7. Shawar Bashir with a 5. England fight back. Finley Bean with 128. Malik with 98. He scored a lot of runs against us, but it's a batting deck. Rin Ahmed picks up 6. But Hawani with 115, Raya with 126, Jura with 103. It's too much. They are 293 or out. Despite Wales getting 102, it's 12th century, an average of 57. Wonderful performance by India. They are by far the best team on this save. Stop the press. There is a kid here that's got 145 wickets at 14 in second team cricket. Now, he's only just starting his career. He's 21 years old, 33 at 28, but that's one to watch. Changes? Yes. Sweeping changes after getting swept. We've been swept quite a lot lately. Big changes. Samaru comes in as an opening bat. Now, he's got a career average of 41 in first class cricket. I like that. There's only 1 century. He's 24 years old. He's young. He's already playing ODI cricket, but he can keep as well. Top 6 doesn't change that much. But we've got an all-rounder. Jermaine Alexis, 26 years old. He averages 23 with the bat, 21 with the ball. Now, we've been crying out for an all-rounder to help solidify the balance of the team, give us an extra bowler, a bat, someone that's really good at 7. 12 wickets at 38 last year in ODI cricket. Let's go back to last year. 31 wickets at 19. He averaged 13 with the bat. Year before, 12 wickets at 15. So there's something there. We're going to give it a go. Also, darts player extraordinaire Gary Anderson comes in at 21 years old. Now, he is left arm rapid. 42 wickets in first class cricket at 16. This could be a game changer for us. His stats are great across all formats. Was that a sneaky batting average of 12 as well? Oh, I like a bit of that. He might get promoted up the order to open. It does mean we leave people on the bench. Matara on the bench, Bishop on the bench. It's definitely not a 2-spinner sort of condition. I think I'm going to have to hang my hat and say I tried to find a way to win, but actually I probably played into the strengths of the Pakistani team. Should have stuck with the batting wicket. Shai Hope drops out on 99 test matches. He's been pretty poor for us the last couple of years. Averaged 37 last year. Sorry, 20 last year. And is currently averaging 24 this year. It feels like he's had some good knocks, but still only averaging 24. So gives an opportunity to move on. 3 debutants. We hand out caps more than Raymond Illingworth. With the bat, we've got Peters back in the squad, based on first class form. Lewis is still on the bench, ready and chomping at the bit to come in. I'm hoping Griffiths and Jackson could be a thing at 5 and 6. But Belgrave and Hilton's average just dropping into those mid to low 30s. We're just below 4 stars, so we've not actually improved, and we're batting on a bowling deck. 300. We're going to take that, and we're going to take it. A decent opening stand. Samaru with 31 on debut, but Griffiths' start to Test cricket is very good. Now, there are a lot of chances going on here, so doesn't mean he's a great player, but it's a very, very good start. In fact, I'd say that's an excellent start to Test cricket. Only he finished his career averaging 48. Also, the Alexis thing. Every time I bring in someone to bat at 7, 1. 55 run lead, but we had to really work for this. But look at the scorecard for the bowlers. Alexis on debut took a wicket in his first over and took 7 for 41 from 21 overs. And there was chances. Only went for 3 boundaries. That is an incredible performance. A career economy of 3.03 is very good in first class cricket. Anderson didn't quite fare so well. He got 1 wicket for 96, 3.28 economy rate in his career. Yeah, they only need 156 to run. Louis and Belgrave had it going on, 146 run partnership. But then phone numbers, 9990 98112. Poor Richie rolls through as 23 years old. And he rolled through his 29 wickets at 24. It's a great record. Yeah, New Zealand win easy by 6 wickets. Anderson, that is a bad debut. 1 for 104 in the game. Sneak past 300 in the second test. And it's another Griffiths 100. 121 off 208. Batted very reasonably. And then good acceleration towards the end. What a start to his career. 2 centuries from 6 innings is brilliant. Belgrave is a lot of this. There's a lot of these scores where he gets a few, but doesn't go on. He's just missing that ability to concentrate for long periods of time. Gammy Boy with 39 as well down the order. His career average of 13 going strong. 102 behind. Alexis with another 4. Anderson with 4 this time, but it was all towards the end. The top order for them was really solid. We didn't really look like breaking it down. Huge partnerships throughout, time and time again. You looked at our phone number, which is more towards their back end, but they were ultra, includes retired hurt batsman score. We've declared, ladies and gentlemen, we have declared Hilton with 100. This was much needed. Your test form has fallen off a cliff lately, but it takes him back up over an average of 34. Griffiths scored 100 in the first innings, scores 110 in the second, and pretty chanceless 110 as well. We've got the real deal. No rain, really interesting. That in the entirety of the save, there's actually, divide that by 2, there's been 4 draws. This might be a draw. 38% chance of victory. They need 350 to win on day 5. Average bounce, average wear. Yeah, match drawn. We're not good enough to bowl them out. Tennyson, that's a cracking century. 1 played and missed, 1 catchable shot, 219 strike rate, averaging 46. Everyone's got these types of players. We can't break them down, unfortunately. But that is got stuff to like. Griffiths with a century in both innings. And a drawn test match. The losing streak is broken. If only Griffiths' average would stay at that 57. We know there's going to be regression. We're in a half-star rated team. We're getting worse for some reason. That was a good performance. 3-5-4 in the 3rd test. We could draw this series if we get a win here, but it's going to be a big ask. Anderson with 3 for 91. His bowling form has got better as we've gone along. He's picked up a few wickets here and there. Again, just solid team New Zealand. Pitch is doing bits. They've not enforced the follow on. The bowlers out for 140. Riches ran riot. He's now got 41 wickets at 24. We're helping pad his stats. But they're just nothing. Absolutely nothing. Slightly overcast. We bowled them out for 204. They were trying to belt it at the same stage. Anderson with 4 for 46. I'm liking it. He needs time. I think you need about 15 test matches to see what someone's got. 21-year-old, averaging 28 so far in his career is good. 4 for Gamroop. But we need 420 to win on a pitch that's doing bits. We're on day 3, session 2. It's going to get harder to bat, and we don't win it. In fact, we win it 0.3% from 1,000 simulations, and we're all out for... There was a moment I thought we had a chance, but 279 all out. Hilton and Jackson were batting superbly. They put on 130. Belgrave with his usual, hey, I'm going to score a few runs and get out. I am the modern-day West Indies James Vince. But when they were through us, they were very much through us. Alexis coming in for his batting, that's not quite worked out. We lose another series, but what do we like? New Zealand's batting averages. What do we like from us? Griffiths averaged 77. Louis averaged 47. That's a sneakily under the radar 47. Belgrave was consistent without getting any meaningful scores. Hilton 36. Jackson 26. Samru averaged 15. Alexis came in. I'm going to fill that number 7 hole. No, couldn't even fill a sandwich, mate. With the ball, Ned. It wasn't turning conditions and there was a lot of rain, but 5 at 45 is not a Ned performance. Thorne was poor, Gamroot was poor, but Anderson and Alexis, 2 new bowlers. One change to the squad for the Sri Lanka series. Sales is out injured, so we're going to bring in Louis Brown, 25 years old. He averages 30 with the bat, a genuine 30 with a century to his name. 218 wickets at 27. Again, another good-looking all-rounder, 44 at 24 this year and averaging 33 with the bat. But interestingly enough, we're going pretty much unchanged. We've got these guys averaging mid-30s and just accepting that is good enough to play for us. Good first session, 117 for 4. We're back on track. And we're all out for 211. Louis with 40. Gamroop, 34 not out. Usual. No partnerships. Nothing going on. When they get 1, they get 4. We've got a lead. We've bowled them out for 167. Anderson's ran through them. Mostly at the top of the order as well, 4 for 39. Gamroop and Thorne with 3 apiece. Didn't need to go to the spin, but it's given us a lead and the predictor is starting to enjoy us. We've just got to be able to bat. And Samru, you're not very good at this. You're not. None of our team are very good at batting. 153 all out. Louis with 50. There's starts, there's lots of starts, but one thing he's been really good at is scoring centuries, and that has just started to drop off slightly. But the usual. Alexis as an all-rounder might be one of the worst calls I've ever made. He is a genuine all-rounder, but his test match record is averaging 5. Lose by 6 wickets. Poor performance with the bat, letting us down. With the ball, we had some good moments. Ned, but strike rates when teams are knocking them off on this game is outrageous. Look at the averages. The averages are absolutely outrageous. Averaging 15, 24, 27 this year. But what can you do? Who actually do you bring in that you've not already tried? 308, I'd say game on, but we're a team that scores predominantly less than 200, so it's going to cause some problems. Ned was fantastic here. 3 for 24 was really good, but Thorne and Gamroop, both ultra expensive. They are expensive bowlers. Gamroop goes at 3.75. Thorne more towards a 3.25, but both heavily expensive here, and it's game on Sri Lanka. We're way behind. Samru with 64 was good, and then there was starts. Samru and I think it was Hilton were looking good. I up the aggression by 1. Both of them were out within a matter of deliveries. 286 to win. It's not out of the question. Anderson, again, looks like the real deal. There's 4 fourthers in his career so far. 24 wickets at 23. He looks like the real deal. He was fantastic here. Gamroot 3, Thorne 2, Alexis 1. 286 to win to tie a series, and we do it 36% at the time, but probably all out for 233. Literally third ball of the innings. Lose by 142. What do you say? You are 5 for 42 and your top order's been decimated by this guy. 31 years old, averaging 29, and he blows us away. We lose the series 2-0. No one averages more than 28.75 with the bat. With the ball, Anderson, phenomenal. What a great player he is. Gamroop and Thorne was good. Ned was good. We were great with the ball. Alexis, not so much. I've got a feeling this guy might be one of those players that come in, couple of games, does something great, and we don't see much of him again. His batting, what can you say? He averages 8. It's not a number 7. Oh, days. Oh, my days. But number 11 in the world. We're now behind Ireland. This isn't a rebuild. This is a destruction. Brown looks like he might be the real deal this all round. A 52 at 24 this year. I feel like I'm going to make a big call and drop in Alexis, who's done nothing wrong except he can't bat, so he's not a number 7 and he's not one of the best bowlers. He did take those wickets, but he's gone. This is a team we're going with. It bumps us just over 4 stars, and it's going with 7 out-and-out batters trying to get us there. Again, it's huge changes going on. Jackson's going to drop out. Peters is coming in. We gave him a little go. He's young. 27. He's in excellent form in first-class cricket, averaging 77, got 2 centuries from 3 games, averaged 40 last year. So we're going to try him. It's just such a woeful. Samaru averaging 20. Hilton 32. Belgrave's only a 33 guy these days. Peters 26. Lewis 34. And it puts a lot of pressure on the ball. This is the current state of our batting. No one's averaging 40 with a strike rate of 50. Griffiths and Louis just shoe in to this team. Hilton's got to remain around. It may be harsh dropping Jackson. Oh my days, it was a batting deck. It was a batting deck, and we've been cleaned up for 152 on day 1. From going none for 87 to 152 all out. Extra batters didn't work. Zadran picks up 5, 26 years old. What are you doing with your career with a 32 average cleaning us up? They've got a 75 run lead. They only score 227, that's the thing. Agger with 67, he scored, I think he carried his bat previously in the game we lost by 10 wickets. Thorne with a 5. So there's not heaps to dislike about it. It's still a batting deck. We're still slightly in this. Predicted score 3-2-1. I would love some of that. 310. Griffiths with 70. Louis with 61. Hilton, Belgrave are just not in good form at all. Look at that. That's his overall form. Test match form. Oh my days. Hilton's dropped off a cliff. Averages 51 in first class domestic cricket, and just we can't do it. I tell you what we can do. Win a test match. Thorne with 11 in the game. 2 fifers in the game. Agger top scores in both innings for them. He runs riot, 6 for 47, bowls straight through across multiple days and sessions. Gamroop 3 for 51. We've won a game of cricket. It's not down to the batting. We've only scored 462 runs in the entire test. But we are on the verge of winning a series with our 4-star team. Now, you've been bowled out for 106 in the first session. 25 overs. Well batted team. We're getting worse. It's also the reason I like to play on the easier difficulty, because you get a better gameplay. Okay, just a 67 run lead. We bowled them out for less than 200. They were, at one stage, 3 for 65 and 173 all out. Gamroop runs riot, literal riot through the back end. We are in this game. We're only 67 behind, but they're heavily favourites. We do have a lead. We score 420. Samaru, 113 off 184. A maiden test match century, averaging 27. I think with openers at the moment, I'm like, I've got to give you time to see how good you are. 15 games, couple of seasons maybe, but that is much needed century. He's a guy that's offered bits. There's lots of starts, but never gone on. 86 for Hilton, much needed runs for him. Starting to come back into a bit of form. Griffiths with 60, Peters retired hurt, and Gamroot with 46. They need 3-5-4 on the verge of a series win. Crikey, we made it close. We win by 37. Gamroot picks up 4. Gives him 9 in the game. Gurbaz with a well-made 75. But they had runs all the way down here. They were looking like they could really scare us. Particularly at 7 for 311. But we took the last 3 wickets for 5 runs. Gamroop and Thorne getting through them. We win a series of cricket. Hallelujah. We are up to 10th in the table. We've just gone past Ireland. Oh my days. And we finish with Samaru averaging 40, Griffiths 40, Hilton 37. I'd take that. I'd take a 37 average. We haven't got many players that can do it. Feels a long time since Louis had a very good series as well. But Lewis, Belgrave, Peters, all very poor with the ball. Exceptional. Anderson was poor, but Ned, usual. Gamroop and Thorne, exceptional. Particularly Thorne. Thorne is such a good cricketer for us. He has the odd series where he goes missing, but 258 wickets at 28 is phenomenal. And that will do it for today. Season 8 in the books. We have got a long way to go to build a dynasty with this team. But what we do have is good young players coming through. I'm trying to get more first class experience to get them levelling out. But we've only got 5 players in first class cricket averaging over 40. It's a big issue for us. And likewise, when that goes into the test match arena, it causes us massive issues with only 2 players averaging above 35 in their career for us. It is a rebuild. It could be 20 seasons. Either way, we're going to see you next time.